All right. Number 8, resolution discussion, appointment of Craig Randall for interim town supervisor. Need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Earl?
One second.
Mr. Ducat? Roll call. Yeah, read it first. Good.
Resolution approving the appointment of Craig Randall to the position of interim town supervisor effective August 13th, 2024. Whereas the Peru Town Board has recommended that Craig Randall be appointed to the position of interim town supervisor of the town of Peru, currently vacated by the resignation of Randy McDonald effective August 11th, 2024. Whereas pursuant to town law section 64.5, whenever a vacancy shall occur or exist in any town office, the town board or a majority of the members thereof may appoint a qualified person to fill the vacancy, in the case of an elected office. The term of the office of the appointee is until the start of the calendar year next succeeding the first annual election at which the vacancy can be filled by election. Therefore, be it resolved, the Peru Town Board agrees with the appointment of Craig Randall to fill the unexpired term of town supervisor effective August 13th, 2024 through December 31, 2025, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effective immediately. Mr. Ducat.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Irwin.
Yes.
And Mr. Douglas.
Yes.
And welcome, Mr. Randall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Would you like to just say it? And I know you're not official yet, but
Not official yet, but it looks like we're moving in that direction at a snail's pace. It's a privilege. It's a real privilege to be, and I was absolutely not expecting the invitation to join this board as a supervisor. I'm honored to replace Brandy, who obviously has spent a good number of years serving the community, and I think your send-off for Brandy last week was appropriate, recognizing the years and what he did accomplish here. I certainly wish him well in his future endeavors. Looking ahead, I wouldn't have dreamed 3 years ago when I moved here to Peru, following 12 years as mayor of Lake Placid, that I might be doing similar work again, someplace, somewhere. But I've often said over the years, one of my favorite thoughts, and it's a little bit of a Robert Frost poem, and that is that the path you take may have curves in it, and you're not going to be able to see what's coming around the curves. So I say that again, it's an unexpected, it's a privilege to be invited to serve the public, and I'm looking forward to working with the board and with all the various departments of the town. It's similar work to what I did for 12 years in Lake Placid. In some ways, it might be a little bit less involved, but in other ways, it's equally challenging. So there are projects coming up here in the township that are significant. I've seen them, and I wish when the state of New York issues mandates that they'd be a little more thoughtful about how little communities have to react to address these things. It's really tough, and while we as the governing body have to find the best ways that we can to resolve these issues, we still are accountable to our constituents and taxpayers and residents in the community. And I think as I studied this board a little bit and some of their history, I think this is a good, solid, conservative board that makes every effort to do the very best that it can for its residents. So,
Do you use the word conservative to talk about me?
Craig, I absolutely think of you when I think of conservative. I know, but you're a small businessman, and you know how difficult it is getting. And prior to the 12 years that I served as mayor, I also served 44 years as a community banker, a small business commercial lender, and I worked with a lot of small businesses here in the North Country for those years. And I never found anybody that thought life was just a breeze, even though we do our best with our businesses to make them succeed, and sometimes we sacrifice our own interests to make sure that our business that's what it needs to keep going. And I know, Craig, you probably would agree with that.
Definitely.
So I'm looking forward to getting involved here, and I think you'll see a fair amount of me here around the town hall. My habits in the years I served in Lake Placid, there weren't many days that I wasn't visible in the town hall, and when I wasn't visible, I was usually traveling to the village to try to attract some of the types of events that they've so successfully carried out in the last few years. I will tell you that was a wonderful experience, and but serving the public, serving the community is in itself a privilege, and I look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you very
Is
much.
Lake Placid a small community like Peru, or is it considered
Lake
much
Placid,
larger?
the village of Lake Placid is a community of about 2,500 residents. It has 20,000 or 25,000 worth of people on certain days.
Yeah,
And it's breathtaking to be there. I will tell you, I was born and raised in Lake Placid. I expected to spend the rest of my life there. But like many other small business people, I sold a small lodging property 3 years ago, which also contained our residents. And all of a sudden, I'm looking around at what was available. It was housing, which is very difficult all over New York State. It was not available that we felt we could work with. And in searching, my wife, who grew up here in Peru,
right.
suggested to me that we could build a house here, and I suggested that the word build, sorry, Eric, and at least a year of our life was going to be spent trying to get that done. As it turned out, it would have been 2 years with COVID. But we found a very appropriate residence here in Peru, and I have to say, I get asked periodically, especially by people back in Lake Placid, how happy I am here in Peru, and I said, you know, I'm really enjoying Peru.
Right.
It's a lovely community to be in. The people are very nice. We don't have the traffic that I lived with for many years over here. And I don't hear the complaints over here about crowds of people and streets closed for events like Iron Man, which is a spectacular event. No, we probably won't get them here. But overall, I find the change. I've been very comfortable here and actually enjoy the landscape. The scenery over here is every bit as beautiful as the high peaks. And I think when you stand at Rolf's and look back at Whiteface, I realize we're not that far away from any of it. We're all part of one big group here in the North Country, and what we do here in Clinton County is complemented by what Essex County does with tourism. And we see tourism growing in this county too. We look at the bass fishing contests that are being highlighted in the newspapers this week. Those are very phenomenal, and believe me, there's communities that will fight to get them. And I think it's really good that this region is able to attract and get those. Thank goodness that we have good bass fishing fields. But,
Thank you.
One more question.
sure.
What's the next process of getting you to become the supervisor?
I have to actually take an oath of office, which Diane and I discussed. That will do, I believe Diane, it's your call.
Yep, we'll take care of
I can do
it.
it.
All righty, babe.
I can do it as
All we
early
gotta
as
do
it's
is-
available.
Yep. We'll take
And
care of it.
at that point in time, I'll be able to.
He has 30 days
supervise.
anyways.
Technically, there's 30 days.
12:01 tomorrow morning, he is supervisor of the town of Peru, and he has 30
The
days.
difference here, I think, Mr. Douglas, that we're anxious to get the supervisor's office filled.
Yes.
And it's done. 12:01, when you wake up at 12:02 tomorrow morning, you're supervisor of the town of Peru.
We're the
And
church.
and we've got 30 days for your turnout. And
So
it's
that
all
will be
legal
done, and
legal.
I will be functioning as the
Excellent.
current supervisor.